Today is day 4 of revealing brand new cards and Elestrals every single day until our Frostfall pre-orders open on April 5th. We are going to turn up the heat today, ladies and gentlemen, and all my firecasters out there might want to get excited because it is about to go down as we're going to reveal some awesome threats for Frostfall. So let's dive in. Fire was one of the elements in base set that seemed to have a couple different directions going for it. It had a little bit of burn, it had a little bit of mill, it had a little bit of aggro, and we're going to explore some of those themes in Frostfall, but we're going to be really highlighting this offensive aggro strategy when it comes to what Fire can do with some of the most powerful cards in the game, really, which are going to be revealed later this month. We've got some big threats we're going to talk about today. The first one being Komagma, which has already previously been revealed, but it is a 4/2 where when you receive one or more fire spirits, you can draw a card and then discard a card. So this could set up for future Underworld synergy, but really what it does is it's allowing you to grab cards from the top of your deck and gain card advantage or cycle through cards that you might need to be able to execute different strategies, and it gives a reliable attacker for Fire. The next card I want to highlight is the new Flammamoth line. We have revealed Flammamoth, which of course is the 3-cost wind and fire Elestral that can shut down runes every single turn. This thing is going to be an absolute beast, but we haven't actually revealed its pre-ascension Charcoon, which is going to be the ascension to Nimbug. So Nimbug has a split ascension line where regular Nimbug can ascend either into Charcoon or into Charcoon, and this effect is really cool. So Charcoon is a 1/6 wind fire. It has a very unique line of text on it. It says, this card always counts as Charcoon, and its effect says, during your draw phase, you can special ascend this Charcoon to Flammamoth from your hand or deck if you have at least 3 enchanting fire on your field. So if you can heat up that field, you can get into your Flammamoth super easy with Charcoon. This thing really resembles what Charcoon does, but without the expend effect. So pairing it with something like Hephaestus is going to make it a lot easier to get your Flammamoth out onto the field. Now, I mentioned that line of text, this card always counts as Charcoon, which is something new we added into Frostfall, where this card actually counts as your 3 copies of Charcoon. So if you were to try to run 3 Charcoons and 3 Charcoons, you can't do that. You can run 2 Charcoons, 1 Charcoon, or 3 of one and 0 of the other, but this card always counts as Charcoon, which means that your regular Nimbugs from base set will work with this card. This is a unique design distinction that I wanted to explore, and I gave the judges some headaches in doing so, but that's how this mechanic is going to work moving forward. I will say that after designing 4+ sets at this point, it's not a mechanic that I've explored much further than Charcoon, but I liked having that design space so I can explore it down the road. Now, the big reveal today is one that Firecasters are going to be very excited for. You guys love Exaltflare, the Wind Nexus Elestral, but now we have its Nexus Form Exaltflare, which is a brand new fire Elestral that is a 3/2, 1 fire, and it has a Nexus effect as well. You can Nexus up to 2 fire, and when you do, you can special ascend this Exaltflare into an Elestral with an enchantment cost of fire or 2 fires from your hand. So what does that mean? Fire has some really cool aggro tendencies and strategies with cards like Necrupt. But what we can do now is we can turbo out into those 2-cost fires in 1 turn. You can cast your Exaltflare, you can play a Hephaestus, you can play that Nexus, and you can immediately get out a Blazerus or a Leonite or a Waspire, which could create some pretty interesting strategies. Think about this, you play Exaltflare, you Nexus 2 onto it, you cast out Waspire, and you can immediately disenchant 2 from your Waspire to burn for 4 right away. This could be incredible for not only aggro decks or burn decks, again, paired with Leonite and Blazers, 2 of the best fire 2-cost Ascensions, and I'll throw Floracme in there as well. But the real bread and butter with this strategy comes from 2 unrevealed Elestrals, which will be revealed later this month, that are both fire 2 costs. One of which I have already hinted at will change the metagame of Elestrals forever. This card is so good as a 2-cost fire, and it's gonna make Exaltflare really, really strong. I hope you guys are excited. There's never been a better time to tell your friends about Elestrals, so show some love to Exaltflare and all of these awesome fire Elestrals today. Let your friends know what we're doing. First edition shipping right now, so make sure you guys get those orders in, grab your galaxies, and don't forget Frostfall pre-orders on April 5th. Let's get it.